Hello, my name's Sheila, and this is a quick and informal video to demonstrate what was called Theramidi and is now called e-ther, because I didn't bother to check whether my very obvious original name was already in use. We've reached a milestone. This is now in production and I'll be launching it very shortly. It's been years in development and it's now very close to my original vision. It's pocket-sized, without the optional audio module. It can have shorter feet and be less than an inch tall. It has the controls and outputs that I wanted. MIDI out over USB, real MIDI, 2 sensors, octave up and down buttons, and a range control. This is audio through the optional audio module, which has line and headphone outputs and a gain control. It's a perfect sine wave, so it's probably fairly close to a real theremin. The only change I've made is to the vertical control, which is working in the opposite way, which seems more natural and practical to me. Here's the MIDI output. This is the simplest way to connect e-ther because a single micro USB powers the unit and also sends MIDI to the computer or host. And I'm just going through a few instruments in Logic. The woodwind and brass work particularly well as they all seem to respond by default to the expression control messages, which e-ther has by default on the vertical control. The vertical beam can be interrupted for a tongued note, or brought in from above to breathe the note in. The pluck gesture can work very well for instruments that have an attack and release, like this upright bass. This is the trombone. I don't seem to have a solo trombone, only the trombone section, but I can still try to play sad trombone. Perhaps needs practice. Here's something fun. When using something percussive like a timpani, we can use the horizontal control to pedal it. Some of the instruments have a flutter option, which makes interesting sounds. Here are some synths. Logic has loads of them. It works beautifully with MIDISID. I'm using a TRS to 5-pin DIN cable to give me MIDI. Although MIDISID can't change the volume of a note during the note, it does allow expression with the mod wheel, which can change the filter, pulse width or vibrato. I'm using it to change the filter cutoff here.